Hey, all right, what's happening? So, if you're tuning in right now, hopefully you're ready to get some great information on how to take your career to the next level, okay? Because I've been coming on here talking about our Lit Leadership Conference. Today I want to talk about service-based businesses. And this is one thing that if you already have a service-based business, I'm sure you can imagine how a service-based business can benefit your life and some of the roadblocks that you can run into. But if you're trying to start something new, or you're trying to start up a business, service-based businesses are one of the best ways to go. And I'm going to go into some of the reasons for that, but check it out. At the Lit Conference, February 28th, Blair County Convention Center, my man Sam Evans is going to be there. He runs a junk removal company in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I actually mentored him last year. He was in the Sheets Fellows program at Penn State, and he was running the business in college, making a good amount of money, running social media ads really well, running this thing all on his own. It's just junk removal. So when I talk service-based, that can mean many different things. But the point is, they can be really easy to set up, and they can be really profitable, and they can be a great startup business model. So if you're trying to learn how to run a business, service-based sometimes is the best way to go. Not like an MLM, like a multi-level marketing company. That's a great way to learn how to run a business. Service-based is great because, why? First, hold up. What are service-based businesses? You may already have one. You may already know the answer to this. But if you're looking to make some extra cash and you're looking to start something that, maybe you can do on the side, I'm not sure exactly what do you want to do with it. Sorry, this marker is kind of bad, but service-based businesses, right? Let's scrap this marker. If you watched the videos before, you know I have a marker issue. So can we find ones that actually work? There we go. Maybe this one does. Service-based businesses, what would that be? Well, some easy examples are like IT, right? IT is a good service-based business. That's one that you're providing a service to people. So something like I do, digital marketing, like marketing can be a service-based business. Let's think of some other ones here. Consulting is a good one. That's a good service-based business. Where you're trading your time for money, and you can have a pretty high profit margin. So what are some other ones you can think of? So there's good finance ones, but there's also the big one, which is convenience. And I think that's, as you can tell, I didn't go into the English business because my handwriting is not that great. And I think I spelled convenience wrong, which I definitely did. So convenience, that's the one we're going to talk about today. Let's just wipe all these off and just go straight to convenience, because that's what Sam does. He's going to be on stage at Lit, and he runs a junk removal service-based convenience business company. Service-based convenience. You've got a lot of junk in your house. You're trying to get a lot of that junk out of your house. What's more convenient than somebody coming with a truck and just piling all of the junk you have into their truck and driving away and charging you $75 or $100? It's one of the best service-based businesses there is. And I think that's the reason that when you're starting out and you're looking for something you can really sink your teeth into and make some money with and learn how to run a business with, service-based convenience style businesses are amazing. Now, what are the advantages to that? Like, why would you want to start a business like this right off the bat? I guess compared to, think about, you might want to start a restaurant or open a bar or something like that. Well, there's a lot of overhead there. There's a lot of renting of the building. There is a lot of inventory and staffing issues. It's a lot. There's a lot of pieces to the puzzle. But when you're talking about like a junk removal, a service-based convenience kind of business, low-cost startup, what are the advantages? The advantages are low-cost startup, which is huge. So for myself, for example, doing a digital marketing company, I really didn't have to spend much money to start the company. I had to get social media accounts up and running, which are free. I had to get a website, which for a year might cost $120. I had to learn, so that might be the biggest part. Maybe you got to educate yourself, spend most of your money there in education, right? That's a big piece of it, is when you start these service-based businesses, there's not a whole lot involved in the startup part. Now, also another huge advantage is the flexibility, right? You're running your own company. Usually service-based is just based on appointment. So you have flexibility. You can kind of work around your own schedule. You don't have to follow a 9 to 5 kind of procedure that most other businesses have to follow. Your business hours can be all over the place, which can be beneficial. It can also be a problem at times, but it's one of the advantages is that flexibility. And then also, you got to think about the fulfillment of what you're doing. So if you're doing service-based businesses, is it fulfillment? Is it one L and then 2 L's, or 2 L's and 1 L? Whatever. Maybe it's like fulfillment. Maybe I should take an English class, but either way, we're here now talking, so it doesn't matter, right? You can't change something when it's live. The fulfillment of having the service-based businesses, you're working hand in hand with customers, face to face usually, helping them with their problems. And I think that is one of the most impactful parts of what you can do is you're actually getting to see results, you're getting to work closely with customers, and I think you're learning on the fly, and you're learning a lot more because you're diving into something that is you running a company, benefiting other people. There's a lot of advantages there. The learning curve, you can learn so much faster than you would in other situations. That also can mean there's more stress, that also can mean there's more issues, I guess, but I think that's one of the huge advantages. Now, one of the challenges, let's just talk about the challenges, 3 of them, as to how this can be something you may want to watch out for. And this might be something, if you're watching this right now and you have a service-based business, what are the challenges you run into? So pricing can be one. You've got to make up your own pricing. And usually other people are already doing what you're doing. You're not the first person to create the service-based business that you're running in most situations. So competitive pricing becomes a thing. How much do I charge that makes sense, that I can still make money, but is a competitive price to the rest of the businesses in the area, or online if it's like an IT kind of thing and you can work online as well. So the pricing can be kind of a challenging part. You have to learn how to sell yourself, and that is what I find the most challenging and rewarding experience is you've got to learn how to be a salesman for your businesses, which is why you really have to believe in what you're selling. You've really got to believe in this product, this service that you're bringing to people. It's super, super important. Think about that, selling yourself. Some people see that as, oh, geez, that sounds terrible. That's terrifying. I don't want to be a salesperson. Sales can be a dirty word to some people. It was for me for a long time. What I learned, if you're selling something that you don't believe in, if you're selling something that you don't have passion behind, if you're selling something that creatively doesn't spark your interest, then you're going to feel soulless trying to sell yourself. But if you're doing something that you're passionate about, that you know is helping other people, that's serving other people, and you can put your mind around the idea of, hey, I'm doing this thing because it's helping other people, and you enjoy it and you're getting benefits out of it, then it becomes much easier to sell yourself. The other challenge is going to be the competition, right? It's going to be competitive. Usually service-based businesses are all over the area in all different shapes and forms, and there's competitors locally, there's competitors nationally. Obviously, that's for all businesses. You might see the competition as a challenge, but what I've learned is you can really see it as an advantage. How can I learn? Don't try to learn locally. What are the local service-based businesses doing that I'm in competition with? Get online and find those ones that are the top of the top. They're at the peak. Like you look at those ones and you think, wow, I want to be like that company. So Sam, who I'm using as an example here, runs this junk removal company. You could look at like 1-800-JUNK, right, as one of the big ones. I think Junk Bros is another one. It's one of the big ones. So I would shoot to the top. How are they doing what they're doing? And how can I also do that for my business? So sometimes the thing that seems like competition is actually a guide to help you figure out, I want to model it after these companies, but then I want to make it my own, okay? Hope that makes sense. You want to model, but then you want to make it your own. And I think that's really important. Some people think that they shouldn't copy off of other people, but when you're getting started and you're learning, there's nothing better than learning from somebody else, pulling information from different people. Now let's talk about some tips to succeed, okay? If I could learn, is it 2 C's? Succeed. Man, the grammar's just going down the hill. My writing skills, I feel like, are being in question this entire time. So one of the big things is if you want to succeed well at the service-based business, get your finances right. Get those finances right. Because if you don't figure that out beforehand, it's much better to figure that out before you start the business than after. When you have the time to set it up beforehand. And when you're in the throes of the business and your time is limited, this is going to be tough to do. When you're starting out and you're getting in, why not learn that from the beginning? That's a good jump start. And that's something that I did that my business coach helped me with, was to learn the finances before I started the business, to set up the LLC before I start getting sales, that sort of thing. It's an important part of it. Don't spread yourself too thin, right? Which means, to me, niching down. So don't try to serve everybody. Try to serve one niche. I think that's really important. And that's a difficult thing to do in the beginning because you're all over the place. You're trying to figure out what your thing is. So you might have to dip your toes into a bunch of different areas before you figure out the one area for you. But the faster you can figure out what your niche is, the better off you're going to be. And then get outside coaching. Okay? I think get outside coaching is one of the most crucial things for anybody starting any kind of business. A mentoring, right? You may scoff at the idea. I know how to do everything. I can just watch YouTube and learn everything. There's nothing quite like having somebody by your side who's been through it, who can give you all the advice. It's, my God, save you years of stress, can save you years of flushing money down the toilet, can just save you years. It can add years to your life. I really do believe that, and make your business take off faster. So get outside coaching. That's what the LIT event is for. Whether it's Sam Evans, who's going to be on stage talking about his junk removal service business. It's Ray Overdorf on stage talking about business leadership, talking about systems, how to hire the right people and keep the right people. If it's Ken Pash who's going to be on stage and he's talking about leadership, he's been in the leadership game for over 30 years helping businesses succeed. If it's Angie Azalitis who's going to be on stage and she's talking about your strategy. She's talking about the strategy you need to have in place to scale. And if it's talking about content creation, you could come to me or Hannah Baker, who's going to be on stage. If it's talking about getting an app built or designing your website, we've got Jack Zerby on stage. We've got Michael DePiro on stage. If you're talking about social media marketing, I'm going to be there for that as well. So we're going to be covering a lot of bases. And if it's talking about impact and purpose and how you're going to serve your customer, Micah Marshall's going to be on stage covering that as well. And if it's talking about just how do you market correctly? How do you make sure your marketing doesn't fail? How do you market like the big brands out there? Sam Gay from Story Brand is also going to be there. I would highly suggest, if you're going to come to LIT, buy the book Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. Incredible book. It's been changing my marketing mind recently. It'll change yours as well. And Wes is going to be on stage at the event to really help it sink into your brain. So if you're looking for coaching, if you need mentoring, or if you don't even know that you need it, trust me, when you come to LIT, and the reason I'm so sure about this event is because everybody on stage I've learned from. Everybody on stage has already helped me elevate my career and my life, which is why I wanted to bring them to the rest of the world, to the rest of Central Pennsylvania. Maybe you don't realize the potential that's in Central Pennsylvania. Maybe you do realize the potential, but you want to be connected to more people. Maybe you're owning a business. Maybe you're just an employee at a business. Maybe you want to be an employee, but you want to keep ranking up in that business and make more money to improve your career. Maybe you're an entrepreneur and you're getting your feet wet, starting out, trying new things. Maybe you've been an entrepreneur for a while, but you've plateaued and you want to learn more. Or maybe you want to come and help others. Maybe you want to coach people. Maybe you want to be that mentor that somebody's looking for. This event is for everybody that I just covered. The point of this event is to connect us together. Because up until 3 years ago, I didn't realize the potential that Central Pennsylvania had for myself and for so many other people. I didn't realize how many smart, successful, motivated, altruistic people lived in our area up until a few years ago. And it's been blowing my mind the past 3 years. It's been changing my life. So I want to take that and give somebody else that opportunity to experience that as well. So I would love for you to be at the event. Tickets right now are buy one, get one free. You buy a ticket, you get one for free. When you go to the website, getlitcon.com, and you go to buy tickets, pick 2 tickets, and then when you get to checkout, the promo code LITBOGO, LIT, L-I-T-B-O-G-O, LITBOGO, put that in the promo code, you'll get a ticket for free. All right, so it's buy one, get one free. I want you to bring your team. I want you to bring your employees. I want you to bring your friends. Anybody who's willing to learn, anybody who wants to learn, anybody who wants to grow, come to Lit. Whether you've already started a business or you're just thinking about starting something. Any walk of life, anywhere you're at in the spectrum, you can benefit from this conference. I've benefited from all these people. I want to bring them to you as well for you to benefit from. And it's going to be a leadership conference, but it's also going to be a networking event because there's going to be business leaders from all over the area there. And I want you to be a part of that. So at the end of this video, here at the conclusion, make sure you click the website, the link, or just type it in, getlitcon.com. Buy 2 tickets, get 1 for free. Use that promo code LITBOGO. Okay? That offer's only good until the 28th. So you have the 21st? You have a week to take advantage of that. Take advantage of that right now. GetLitCon.com. Go back and watch this video if you're just tuning in right now. But thank you for watching. I can't wait to see you at the Blair County Convention Center, February 28th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's a Friday. It's the day before Leap Day. You get an extra day this year. Why not spend it at a leadership conference, getting your mind right so you can have a clear 2020 vision for 2020 and beyond? That may seem like a corny catchphrase, and it kind of is, but it's also very true. All right, thanks for watching. Before I go, let me just put this up on the screen so you can see it as I'm walking over to hit the start button, because I'm doing these things by myself, people. I'm just doing this to get the information out there. GetLitCon.com, promo code LITBOGO. Type that in at checkout and you're good to go. I'll talk to you soon.